Hello everybody, this is Deborah with Deborah Bucher Designs. I'm coming to you live. Give me just 1 minute here to bring you up on my iPad so I can see questions. Say hello. Hi Hope, thanks for joining us. Hi Hope, thanks for joining us. Turn down my volume. Hi Karen. Okay, I can see everybody's comments. You guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm Deborah Bucher with Deborah Bucher Designs, and this is our very first happy hour for crafting. Hi Nikki, thanks for joining us. So if you're new, I'm a Dixie Belle retailer. I am a retailer, I'm an elite retailer, which means I carry the full line, and I also carry the silk line. And hi Treva, good to see you. It's so good to see all of you. I love it. And so I'm a retailer for Dixie Belle. I'm a retailer for Roy Cycle decoupage tissues. I'm a retailer for Would You Bend, and I'm a retailer for, I'm leaving somebody out. Oh, Redesign with Prima. So today we're going to do a fun craft project, and I'm going to do a craft project every Wednesday at the same time. And going forward, I will do the best I can to plan it out ahead of time so you guys have time to get your product on hand and you can paint along with, and if you have questions, it'll be easier. But for right now, I'm going to put the phone, well, before I put the phone down, I'm going to show you what today's project is. So you saw a picture of the milk can. And so I've already started painting on this one. This is Galvanized. And when I was getting started on it, I had started painting the blue up here, which I'm using Bunker Hill blue because that's the same color I painted the flag chair that I had posted a while back for classes. And the colors that I'm using today are Bunker Hill blue, fluff, and barn red. These are the three colors that we're using today. And so I was just painting ahead on this to have it prepped and ready for you guys because you know you don't need to watch paint dry. So I did slick stick it. And this is what slick stick is, and I know the camera is backwards. But it's called Slick Stick, and it comes in 8 ounce and 16 ounce. And if you guys are Czech savvy sisters, I know you know what Slick Stick is, and you probably already have it on hand, but it's a really good thing to have in your toolbox because you use this on glass, you use it on metal, you use it on plastic, you use it on IKEA furniture. What this does is give you adhesion. So anything that is slick, if it's slippery, if it's slick, you need Slick Stick because it's a slick surface and it makes it stick. That's why it's called Slick Stick. And I needed it. I started painting this with Yankee blue or Bunker Hill blue, and I was like, oh shoot, I need to get this slick stick first. So I was glad I got that done before it was time for the live today. The other thing that I did is it already has all of these ridges in here, And they are just perfect for your stripes, your red and white stripes. And so I took 1 inch, I think this is 1 inch. Let me get my flexible ruler here. If you haven't gotten one of these yet, you guys, you need to get one. These are amazing rulers, and they're flexible rulers because they're completely flexible, and they come in handy for so many things. Like, we will use them to place our stars on here today. So anyway, you need to have, yes, this is 1 inch painter's tape. And this is in my toolbox at all times. I have it in different sizes because it's great for doing all kinds of projects. Painting stripes on furniture. I use it with my Cricut machine. I use it all the time. So I went along, and on all of these ridges, I just put, the blue that you see here is the painter's tape, so I get nice straight lines. And the white you see here is Slick Stick. And because I already had the tape on here, when I pull the tape off, I'm going to have to slick stick all of those before I put my white on. If you're wondering where you can get one of these galvanized, I got this one at Michael's about a month ago, and I think they were maybe 40% off when I bought them. And then when I was posting this class yesterday, I went on Michael's site and they were marked down to $10 or $9.99. And so I know quite a few of you messaged me yesterday and today and let me know that you've ordered them. Some of you live too far away from a Michael's, but I would recommend, if you're interested in doing one of these, that you go online, either run into the store if you've got one close, or go online and get them ordered. Because when they mark them down, they're basically closing them out. So, okay, so now I'm going to change the camera and put it down on the table so we can get busy. Okay, that worked out well. So I think the first thing we'll do, you guys, is put the red on. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks, Nikki. Okay, so just remember, I'm going to be painting, oh boy, my red is really, this is an old one, and it is super, super thick. I'm gonna need to stir it well. Okay. Need to be sure you guys are in the camera here. So if you're a newcomer and you've never watched before, say hi, tell us a little bit about you. I'm excited to be doing the crafting projects. I gotta figure out, the camera is always the opposite of what you think it's going to be. And there's a delay when I move it, so it takes me a minute to figure out where I need to move it to. There, I think I finally figured it out. So I'm using Barn Red, and because I taped off those stripes, I don't have to be very careful. I can just get this on. Nikki, it's nice of you to join us today. I really have a fun group of followers. And if you are new and you are joining us for the first time, it would be awesome if you would like or follow my Facebook page. So that you get notified every time there's a live video. I do lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays are furniture refinishing. Wednesdays are crafting. And I have a bunch of projects lined up, you guys, that will be fun crafting. Hi Jerry, thanks for joining us. So we'll get a few stripes on, and then, you know, it's self-explanatory to paint the top of it the blue. And the navy blue would be pretty on this too. And remember that I have a coat of Slick Stick on here. And so I'm going to be going back and putting a second coat on, but let's just get around here and get as much done as we can. Anybody have any questions so far? Do you guys have any ideas or of things that you would like to see for the crafting projects? I know this looks streaky right now. It's definitely going to need a second coat. That's okay. So I have a little bonus for you guys. If you're interested in getting one of these cans and doing it for yourself, send me a message on Facebook that you're interested in doing this also. And I will send you one of the stars that you need to put around the top of it up here. So what I would like you to do is comment on this video and share it with your friends. And then send me, put shared on the comments. And then send me a message, and I'll be happy to put a star for you to complete this in the mail to you. It's a little star stencil. I'll show you what it looks like. You can see this is a pretty fast project. Gracie, I do sell this paint. This paint is called, the colors that I'm using are Barn Red, Bunker Hill Blue, and the white is Fluff, and you need a jar of Slick Stick. And like I said, if you share this and like my Facebook page, and most of you have already liked my Facebook page, so that's okay. Send me an instant message so I can get your address, and I'll be happy to stick a star in the mail to you. So 4th of July is coming up pretty fast, you guys. I can't believe how fast summer is already going. I live in Surprise, Arizona, and we've got heat advisories out, heat warnings for the rest of this week, which is never good because we haven't had enough rain. And we have a very active fire season already this year, and we had a really bad one last year. Hi, Jerry. Glad to see you. Hi, Donna. So Gracie, did you just make an order with me? Because I didn't see one come through. If you did put an order in with me, I'd be happy to add to whatever you want for the same shipping, so you don't have to pay shipping twice. Oh, well, Michael's doesn't carry these products, so Michael's won't have the Slick Stick. They'll have red, white, and blue, but they won't have the Slick Stick, and your paint will not adhere to the galvanized metal without it. That's a for sure. So you guys, when I was taping around here, it didn't go all the way around till I got to the back, and I could tell it was going to be off. So I did it the same here, left one blank, put this one next to it, and moved this one over to this ridge. Let me roll it back here. So hard to keep this under the camera, you guys. Okay, so let me start over. This is normal, and the tape is right up against it. And then here, the tape is against this one, and this ridge would normally have tape on it, but it doesn't because it doesn't go 1 inch all the way across. So this little piece right in here will end up being a red stripe, but it's on the side of the piece where the handle is, so it's not going to make any difference. I doubt very seriously anybody will ever notice that. But just a heads up on that. It's the only spot on here that it was slightly off. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Donna. So if you're just coming on, these jugs are available at Michael's, and they were $20, and they're marked down now to $9.99. So that means Michael's is trying to close them out. So I would recommend that if you want to do this project, that you either head over to Michael's or get online and get one ordered. I know several people today have already ordered theirs. And we're going to be putting stars on the blue. And if you share this video and you go over to Facebook and like my page and send me a message, post on here that you shared it, and then go over to my page and send me a message giving me your address, I'll put one of these stars in the mail to you. So everybody can be a winner this week. Okay, we're getting ready to do the last stripe. And then I'm going to give it a quick dry because it needs another coat. I won't do all of them again. I'll just do enough so we can pull the tape off so you can see how cool it looks. Okay, let me give it a quick dry. See if I can adjust this camera just a little bit here so I can get that paintbrush under there better. There we go. I think that's better. No, Jerry, the blue stripes that you see on here is actually the painter's tape that I put on. So we're going to pull that off, and when I pull it off, it's just going to be galvanized metal, because I was explaining at the beginning of the video that I had started to paint the blue portion up here, and quickly realized that, which I should have already known, is that this needed to be slick sticked because it's metal and paint doesn't adhere well to metal. I mean, you can get it on there, but it's going to just scratch right off. And so you need to put a product on called Slick Stick. And Slick Stick is for slick surfaces to make paint stick. So it's called Slick Stick. You put it on slick surfaces like metal, plastic, glass, and then your paint will adhere to it. And just keep in mind, everybody, that it takes paint 30 days to cure. That means you need to handle it gently for those 30 days. Don't be banging it around. Once 30 days goes by, then it's fully cured and you won't have to worry about it. And I'm not going to go around here and paint all of these a second coat. I just want to get enough of them done so that you can see what it looks like when I pull this tape off. And then we'll go up and put our stars on. Gracie, these are brushes. These are just artist brushes that I use in classes all the time, and they are called Artist Loft, and you can get them at Michael's also. And they're pretty decent brushes. I use them a lot. Like I said, when I'm teaching classes, that's what students use in the classroom. And for arts and crafts and detailed things like this, they're perfect. For furniture, no, not at all. But for arts and crafts, they are, and they're not expensive. Okay, so we've got, I want to get it centered over here. We got a couple more over here, and then we'll stop putting stripes on and start working on our stars. Hey Deanna, thanks for being a newbie here. I hope you enjoy today, and I hope you will go to my Facebook page and follow me or like. I never know which option you're going to get there. And if you guys are wanting one of the star stencils to put on your piece, you need to share this video with your friends. Okay, this is the last stripe, you guys. The others need a second coat too, but I'll do those later. I don't want to hold you guys up. And I also want to show you last night's video. I was doing a porch or front door welcome sign, and I worked on it some more today, and it's almost done. So I'll show you guys. It's coming out really cute. I'm gonna close up this red paint, let it sit there for a second, and I'm gonna move the camera so you guys can see the sign. Make sure I don't have any red paint on my hands, because that'll wreck my sign and I would be sad. Looking in the camera at this can, it looks like a hot mess right now. It's gonna be cute, I promise. Let me pull up this camera. No, Deanna, I am another Debbie. I'm Deborah, and the one you're talking about is Debbie Riggs, and she's on Studio MD AZ, and she's also on Check Savvy Sisters, and she is amazing. I love watching her. Okay, you guys. This is the sign that the porch sign that I was working on yesterday. And it says welcome. And where the O would be on it, we've got a really cute galvanized windmill. And it's got pillow ticking on the bottom. I don't know if you guys could see it. This thing's super heavy. You see, yeah, you could see it. This thing is super heavy. So the top here is decoupaged on. The letters were stenciled on. And then the bottom has decoupage also. And then the sides are done with a stamp, like a pillow ticking stamp. And so I stamped all the sides of it. And I think it's really cute. It's not done. I still have some work to do on it, but I'm loving how it's coming out. And that was from last night's live. So I'm gonna put yeah, it's huge and it's heavy. It's 5 feet tall, I think. It's either 5 or 6 feet tall. And it's 12 by 1 inch, and it is really heavy. It's not going to blow over in a storm. Yeah, Treva, it's coming out cute. I'm loving it myself. I really like doing, I live in a neighborhood, in a community where we have, a lot of the homes here have nice big front porches, and I have a really pretty porch. That's the reason why I bought this house, was because I love the pretty porch on it. So it's fun to have, hi Melissa, it's fun to have things to decorate it with. So I'm just gonna give this a quick little dry, you guys. And it doesn't have to be completely dry when you start to remove your tape. So that's what I'm going to start doing here, is lifting this tape up. And like I said, it should have been slick sticked on the underneath. and I messed up and didn't do that, and I already had my tape on. But when you do yours, be sure you get your slick stick down first. Over the whole can needs to be slick sticked. So because I messed up, when I go to, I'm going to have to slick stick this and then put my white on top of that. So be sure you don't do it like I did it. But you can see how easy this is with the tape. And the 1-inch tape works out perfect on these cans. And we're going to take off one more. Okay, so now we're going to work on putting our stars on. And the stars are going to go on the top portion of this. And I have a sheet of stars here. And I will cut them all off into individual little pieces like this one. And that way you guys will have stars to put on your cans. And this is just a little Mylar stencil. And so what I want to do here is I want to find the center of this, and I'm going to put 3 stars, one here, one in the center, and one here. Move the camera up so you guys can see. So I'm going to have, just so you guys, you can do it any way you want, I'm going to have my star pointing down into this stripe, and I'm going to put 2 rows of stars. So I'm going to have 3 going across here, and then I'm going to have 2 up here, and then I'm going to have stars up here. So again, I need to use the painter's tape. It's your best friend. I'm trying to get this in camera for you guys. It's always the opposite of what I think it's supposed to be. Let me do that. And then there's such a delay. Okay, so I just taped on the star. And I'm going to use a artist brush here. And just give it a little squirt of water. Dixie Belle chalk paint works best with water. I don't want it too wet because it's a stencil and it will seep through if it's too wet. And I'm going to offload some of it off onto my paper towel. It's better to have less when you're stenciling. And I want to just press this down because this is on a round surface. I want to be sure that it's not running in underneath it. Now, if this was one of my sticky stencils like I used last night, it would be a lot easier. And I'm going to give it a quick little dry. I'm going to dab it again. Now, if you have any of those little sponge dabbers, that works good for this too. Because this is a rounded surface, the stencil wants to lift, and I don't want seepage going underneath it. And if there is, I can just always go back and touch it up. Give it another quick. And I'm gonna lift it up, lift up the stencil. And it did seep through there, you guys. So when I send you guys stencils, I'll send you some of the adhesive ones to put on, because that's kind of a mess. I'd say that was definitely a fail. So I'm not gonna go ahead and put more on. Because I'm going to need to paint over that one, and I'll send you, if you do the sharing and the commenting, and then send me a message with your address in it, I'll be happy to send you the adhesive stencils to put on here. And actually that's a much better deal, because you'll get enough stencils to put across your whole piece, and you just lay it on there, just stick it on. If you don't know how to use adhesive, I'll send you instructions to go with it, but there's the video on last night on the welcome sign. I used the sticky stencils on that, so then you'll be able to tell from that. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to pull the camera back up. There we go. Stacy, where did you go into the store? Because I know I had several people tell me they ordered them online today. So if you went into the store, try a different store. And if you can't find them in a different store, try just ordering them online. Well, and you know, you can do this. It doesn't have to be this exact jug. Any galvanized jug would be really cute doing it in the red, white, and blue. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? And Stacy, did you tell me you are local? Okay, so let's review the things that worked and the things that didn't work. The things that I should have done, don't do as I did, do as I tell you to do now. Oh, you live in upstate New York? Well, I know that other gals today have told me they ordered it online to get delivered, so try that and see if you can get them. Okay, and when I looked yesterday, they had them. Okay, so what you need to do is clean it really well with white lightning, get any residue off of your metal, and then dry it off. And then the next thing you need to do, which was a step that I skipped, was you need to do slick stick over the whole entire piece, the whole thing. And the reason for that is it's metal and it's slick, and you need good adhesion so this paint doesn't like scrape off of it. So you need to do that over the whole entire piece. Hi, Mary. And then after that, then you can put your painter's tape on. Make sure it's good and dry. So the best thing to do would be slick stick the whole piece, let it set overnight, and then the next day, go put your 1-inch painter's tape over the whole thing. Not the whole thing, just every other stripe on it. And then you can go on and paint first your red stripes, and then pull your tape off, and then paint your white stripes on. And then you can paint the top of it your dark blue, and then you can put your stars on. And like I said, I saw somebody put your address in here, send it to me in a message, because I don't want to go back through this whole video to get your address. So be sure you send it to me in a message. And you don't want everybody in the country knowing what your address is either. So if you do that, I will send you the stars to put on all the way around the whole thing. But you've got to give me hearts, you've got to like my Facebook page, you've got to share it, and then I'll send it to you. So does anybody else have any questions? You need to fast forward to the end of the video to get the correct instructions. Sorry about that. This is a monumental first crafting. Okay, you guys, it's been fun. I appreciate you so much. You guys are the best. Honestly, you are the best. Gracie, thank you so much. I know this was your first time. And I know, Gracie, it said your name's Nikki, but when I see Gracie, it's easier for me, so. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you. Have a good evening.